They don't care. Nothing is going to happen because at the end of the day, Obeko UK acquire health and your friends saying home care.
You guys should try to stabilize it.
Okay, China the best in see. Bro. Yeah, but I mean something needs to be done, bro. Yeah, I'm listening. But
some issue like this, the doctors to the human beings. If you put pressure on them, if you shout for
then go do something and make mistakes. Exactly. So fine. So as we they go out, make somebody also. We left. Everybody left. They were all outside until they came back check him again, and nobody is on the person just because they said they are not finding his card. What do you mean they are not finding? So because of the card, you're not going to attend to the person. Attend to them after everything. The card, whether the card it can be done again. The card it can be done again. Exactly.
Telling the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, sir, as a matter of urgency, immediately he should order the stop of any mining operations being carried out. Near task forces for no nama or more yano can never be said as fighting illegal mining, but rather extorting monies and creating problems. Until Omanpenyi order the IGP, the Interior Minister, whichever task force be said, they should immediately halt all the operations. And how you need obia or legal miner, task force is now nominal. Him checking the documents of people who are mining and where they are mining and whether they have permit to mine or they don't have permit to mine. The questions to be answered. There are a lot of education to be given. And until I make us halt all operations and let us sit down and find a very lasting solution to this problem. And solve a problem. The problem by solving a problem.
As we prepare to go into the primaries, I am very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. They totally ignore all the data and findings about why we lost the 2024 elections and want to mislead the delegates and the party with such propaganda. The one such issue that has come up, and I think it's important for all of us to know, is the Mamprosi-Kusasi conflict. An aspirant has said that delegates should not vote for me because I am a Mamprosi man, and that we will lose votes in the Kusasi areas and other areas. This is very unfortunate and demonstrates a complete lack of understanding of the situation on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, since 1965, there have been 11 elections in Ghana. Since 1965. And the performance of the LPP in the our tradition, in the 6 Boku zone seats, there are 6 seats in the Boku zone. If you look at it, the performance is as follows. In 1965, our tradition had 0 seats. At that time, I was only 2 years old. I had nothing to do with it. In 1969, we had 2 seats. In 1979, under the Tosu's leadership, we had 0 seats. In 1996, we had 0 seats in that area. In 2000, we had 1 seat. In 2004, under President Ford, we had 0 seats. 2008, we had 1 seat. 2012, under President Ford, we had 0 seats. 2016, we had 2 seats. 2020, we had 1 seat. And 2024, we went back to 0 seats. What all the data is saying is that out of the 6 seats in the MPP, out of the 6 seats, the 11 elections, MPP has 0 in 6 of the 11 elections. So this is not an area that is a stronghold of the MPP. In fact, if you took the whole Oku zone, the 6 constituencies put together, we lost just 30,000 votes in 2024. So you can't lose, it is not the Oku election that made us lose 2024. And we need to be very clear about that, that the data shows that the Oku factor was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 elections, that we should stop moving in that direction.
When President Mahama appointed me, the charge he gave me, his marching orders, was that we should prioritize economic diplomacy. And so you will have observed that in all we have been doing at the Foreign Ministry, we have put the economic fortunes of our country at the forefront, because that is the mandate the President has given us. On the 1st of September, the President will be launching the first of its kind, a novel KPI, key performance indicators, for all ambassadors and diplomats from the Republic of Ghana. This has never happened in our history. And when you peruse that document, you will see that economic diplomacy is at the heart of it. The President wants our diplomacy to make an impact. Our diplomacy must lead to the improvement in the lives of the people. Diplomacy must promote investment, and diplomacy must create a safe haven for all of those who invest in our country. And that is what the Foreign Ministry has been charged to do.
Ghana is, has a very young population, English speaking, and they're very smart and quick to upskill in any areas, robotics, AI, fintechs. The fintech sector is one of the fastest growing in Ghana than in any other African country. And so GIPC sold itself. It says it will fast track your approvals. And so any investor who wants to come, your first port of call is the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. And once you go, they would lead you and fill out all your company registration forms, get you your tax identification number and everything. And Simon said in 24 hours. And so I'm holding him to that promise. Any of you who comes and he goes beyond 24 hours, just report him to me. I talked already of the Volta Economic Corridor, and so we're looking for anchor businesses to take advantage of that. We also have the opportunities for mitigating your risk by doing PPPs, that is, government will partner with you to invest if you are interested. We currently do not provide sovereign guarantees in terms of borrowing, but our guarantees are that your business, will be protected and will not be expropriated. We also have blended finance for huge projects, and so that is available. We have local partnership, and as you were told, some of our big businessmen are here, and so setting up joint ventures with Ghanaian businessmen who know the terrain and would be something that is useful. And so I invite you to pilot with that. Select any of the areas, if it's automotive, if it's agro-processing, it is investment in green transition. You can join us and partner to be able to do that. You can use Ghana, as I said, as your West African hub and locate your regional office in Ghana or your production line in Ghana for export into the sub-region. You can also invest with our universities and vocational institutions to establish training centers that will be tied to whatever investments that you want to do. Ghana is a land of opportunity, and many nationals from all over the world are investing in Ghana. As I said, we wish to, because of the discipline, quality standards, and industrial wisdom that Japanese businessmen have, we wish to encourage Japanese businessmen to look towards Ghana. Africa is the next frontier for investment. Most parts of the world are saturated when it comes to investment. Africa is opening up, is growing, and is a place that Japan should be looking at. And so let us marry Japanese precision with Ghanaian potential and create a win-win situation for ourselves. Before I take my seat, my ministers, advisors, CEO of GIPC, Ghana Export Promotion Agency, and our ambassadors will all be in this room after we finish this opening session, and they will be happy to sit with you and discuss further what the opportunities are in Ghana. My copyright, Ghana is open for business, is here, and I don't charge for it anyway, so we're open for business 24 hours a day, and at this decisive moment in our history, we're working towards the economic transformation of Ghana. Our nation is embracing a bold vision, one that harnesses innovation, industrialization, and regional integration to unlock the full potential of our people and our resources. Our vision is anchored in our $10 billion big push, and the $10 billion big push is a program to improve the infrastructure of our country, especially in the road sector, in the industrial sector, agro-processing space, and all that. So we're investing $2 billion a year in infrastructure development.
Say Oman very partner. And it's true to say it's true with classic crack. That shows say no you and you. Now would there be so and yet there be. Maybe the who politics, my dear main person may and Mr. Sebio who had to sign for Titi. Now would you know when you know what can you maybe say by Sebio or to by all that? It's really what was idea. Oh, yeah. So yes, no would and I will send. And see by a tear for one of me brave. And can up in a man in somewhere okay. A fast school, some school someday, only up. And see, make me say, your best friend, a crown one. Your best friend, my baby, I have bear me and Sandy. Now, you know, be shame, I won't cry. Sabio, Jubilee House, no, and yet, you won't have 20 and the oh, Muhammad Aroma, a Muhammad. Now, make Casanka a brother, a Quababa, and Kevin says she will Jubilee House. Then can a minister for any departmental heads leading our Nana Mweni Mutio, no most Yasom Lycée. Now, the Nema, a be acquire India, in school sem. Sign your money in our Empoto say, Ukwada Numre, Nana number back to constituency and Muamu say, Yet didn't pray, Achamafo. It is a Osea was a power one. Anka, Emefia near my DC, any a candidate. Muma Ehu, I have for a bit me up now. Yabay Mushi in a na yeni omoshia na ensemo ya kanu ebekute gukrata aso ama ochina 70 obi betina wani na ose to abama me a na enye se fa obi na obe udie na ebo sumu a opeso osumu nti na we yesade me mama se mo wa bebre yebesa gina ama pani eni me nuanu ma me ni omba nyina Adam was Dr. Machino, a mammy will dream. Now, so Osio, the show was a new Ramo. Mufas Akumi and Family, near Henry Bishmaba, no China, Yadia, and Sao Akawasa. Yamisha will be brave. Why in the Koso? Why in the Koso? No man has to go. Let us see.
For the new patriotic party, General Mosquito.
Sorry, just slip of time. The chairman.
Let me gladly accept the honor conferred on me as the acting national chairman of NPP by His Majesty, the representative of the King of Mapru. Is our grandfather. So I can't reject the title that is conferred on me. But it is fitting and proper because the NPP national chairman come from my place. We are brothers. Unfortunately, after the friendly defeat, he's gone into hiding. So if there's somebody who should take care of his party in his absence, I have accepted that responsibility. And so, my brothers, the Kukru died. If you need any advice as to how to get out of your problems, you can come to your brother, General Mosquito. I will be acting until my brother comes back to active politics or you find a befitting replacement. Thank you very much.
For the new patriotic party, General Mosquito.
Sorry, just slip of time. The chairman.
Let me gladly accept the honor conferred on me as the acting national chairman of NPP by His Majesty, the representative of the King of Mapru. Is our grandfather. So I can't reject the title that is conferred on me. But it is fitting and proper because the NPP national chairman come from my place. We are brothers. Unfortunately, after the friendly defeat, he's gone into hiding. So if there's somebody who should take care of his party in his absence, I have accepted that responsibility. And so, my brothers, the Kukru died. If you need any advice as to how to get out of your problems, you can come to your brother, General Mosquito. I will be acting until my brother comes back to active politics or you find a befitting replacement. Thank you very much.
For the new patriotic.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government.
Well, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Today is the 25th of August 2025. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed we're glad we're back again to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. We want to say a big thanks to the Most High God for keeping us alive and kicking, and we're back again. So we'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning on their various front pages. The Ghanaian Times this morning says that book research allowance cost government 712 million cedis in 2025. Education Minister Morgan Ayawine, 6 others re-elected to lead ICU Ghana. NDC, Tamale Central Primaries, who succeeds late MP as 14 hopefuls pick forms to contest. Daily Guide, stop twisting my words, Brian Champon fires. Illegal miners destroy 2,000 rubber trees. Bawumia slams tribal religious propaganda. Shatawali undertakes spiritual cleansing after Yoko release. 21 government tablets missing at Isiama SHS. The Insight. Brian will win MPP race. Campaign team vows. Dismisses Global Info Analytics poll as psychological operation. There's tariff pressure under Trump, a new economic colonialism. Ghana committed to fiscal stability, private sector expansion. Julius Deborah. Ashanti region records 232 maternal deaths in 6 months. 80 years after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, human beings and nuclear weapons cannot coexist. The Herald. Selective retirement in Ghana Police Service pack uproar. Goldfields hands over Damang mine to government in 8 months. CEO happy with the orderly transition. Crops, homes and livestock under threat as Bagre Dam spillage looms. NPA blows alarm on repainting old LPG cylinders. Education Minister warns against duplication in teacher training funding. And Perry Okudjeto's father to be laid to rest this weekend. The Informer, race for MPP standard bearer, Brian Champon condemned over tribal taunts. NACO closes in on drug peddlers. Bawumia calls for clean campaign on basis of track record, ideas and integrity. Abuse of honorary titles, GTEC wins public support. We're not satisfied with government increment, cocoa farmers. The Inquisitor, from God or not, prophets in Guy Men agenda. Lead in efforts to de-escalate ethnic tensions upon Fosu to Asanteman Students Union. Mining consultant raises issues with Gold Board receives directive. Gold Board paving the way for sustainable gold trading, economic growth. Prince Minka writes. Mining consultant raises issues with Gold Board receives directive. And there's MPA warns against repainting of cylinders. The Daily Statesman, ex-Chief Justices testify in support of Tokono. Nome chiefs reject move to remove Esekuma immigration custom barriers. Upon Nkrumah pushes education agenda in Ofuase Ayerebi. Let's bury our differences. Bawumia calls for unity in NPP. Brian Champon never blamed Bawumia for Kosase Mampusi conflict. The Ghanaian Publisher. Bawumia blasts Brian over reckless tribal comments. Sofia Kufu, Erin Yabua Doche testified to Tokonu, or fought Tokonu. Yamin tells Mahama to stop anti-Galamsey task force. Upon Nkrumah drives education in Ofuase Ayerebi. Tampoli supports 238 students in his constituency. The Custodian. Tampoli sponsors 238 needy students for tertiary education. Avoid tribal and religious bigots in 2028 race. Bawumia to NPP. Sofia Kufu in Yabua Doche testified for Tokonu, insists allegations cannot justify her removal from office. Northern region roads are priorities under $10 billion big push agenda. Suhini. Daily Post. MPP left a debt of 9 billion cedis at Agric Ministry, says Eriko Puku. Japanese business to invest $100 million to make Ghana Africa's first AI-powered agriculture hub. David Tinkran Chum is a danger to nurses and patients. Empowerment of the youth is the true essence of political power. Kabila. The Economy Times. MOF, BOG, leading efforts to recapitalize banks with insufficient capital. BOG moves to fix challenges in forex market. Reset revenue mobilization strategy. IFS advises once against hasty return to international bond market. The new crusading guide. Brian fires back at critics as Bawumia calls for unity. Police clash with SBN soldiers over alleged Trasacco encroachment. Gold Board receives directive signals market failures. Engineer Go Mashi. Academic City defies BOG. Ghanaian students pay more than foreign counterparts for hostel fees. Brain Hill International School opens new Bawe campus. And Abokobi residents to face demolition as Dream Alive Construction secures a permit. There's also the custodian. Tampolice sponsors 238 needy students for tertiary education, and there's avoid tribal and religious bigots in 2028 raised Bawumia to the NPP. And then the Business and Financial Times. Gold pendant project to boost value addition, jobs and tourism revenue. New fisheries law de-risk potential EU ban. Outstanding corporate debt falls 95% year to July. As the issuance lows, fund managers lament limited options. New fisheries law de-risk potential EU ban. There's Regulus Group appoint Mavis Amega as CEO, Ghana and Group Chief Legal Officer. All right, so that's it for the various newspapers that we have received this morning. Talking about the front pages. My name is Audu Moro. Please stay with us. My guests are seated.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm here at Mycom JA Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology. This isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And oh, your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Mycom JA Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an active panel at a discounted price of 18,000 Ghana Cedi only, and it comes with a fire stick, a webcam, and a micro system. You can locate us at Chado Container behind the Trade Fair. Visit Mycom JA Limited today and elevate your tech.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
What iPhone, Papa? You were home.
So, open iPhones accessories, Papa, dear. Mention baby.
Ba EBA phones and accessories.
Sebani EBA, yet on iPhones and home accessories. iPhone 50 XL costs 16 Pro Max. Accessories your charger, AirPods, any iPhone home academia. Yanuma yeni sikapudu edebeto iPhone. Say yan crankre, boja, and now say a boya juma your phone for 40% but the iPhone bia ope. Na niya kano, what the bosumi miensa, echian in kakra. A kwanya obefa su di echieni. Dial *713 5571 #. Oh ba, shenu so say wode wo Ghana card ene nia e kire say wo ye adwuma. Hwehwe ye kire akwan e wo circle mo. Any tip tolling ye ni modern photos enchen ho a. Afein so, say wo ba American Mall, ye ni odo rice ene di nhwani. Kuma senso ye wo edum Central Prisons roundabout Ejekum Abonsan ni. Freyen e wo numbers na ebu screen ni so no. EBA phones, no hassle cra.
Rush, your teeth. Rush, 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky whiter. Chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit. Happy smile.
MGL Logistics and Supply is your trusted partner, providing seamless solutions for all your procurement needs. From sourcing products to managing imports and exports, we ensure smooth and efficient transactions every step of the way. Whether you require goods from across the globe or need assistance in exporting your products to international markets, we got you covered. General trading is at the heart of our expertise. We specialize in a wide range of products, catering to various industries and markets. As a trusted dealership in building materials, we provide high-quality products that meet the demands of our construction projects. Additionally, we act as manufacturers' representatives, connecting producers with distributors. Our expertise in logistics is the backbone of our operations. We plan and execute transportation and delivery of goods, ensuring they reach their destination on time and in optimal condition. MGL Logistics and Supply, guaranteed satisfaction.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwamio!
Send your God the apple boom. If you're poor, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend?
Telling the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, sir, as a matter of urgency, immediately you should order the stop of any mining operations being carried out. Near task forces for no nama or more yano can never be said as fighting illegal mining, but rather extorting monies and creating problems. Until Omanpenyi order the IGP, the Interior Minister, whichever task force be said, they should immediately halt all the operations. Hayeni obia oya legal miner ewa mamu ha na task forces na namuno himfa no omo checking the documents of people who are mining and where they are mining and whether they have permit to mine or they don't have permit to mine. The questions to be answered. There are a lot of education to be given. And until the makers of Manpegin halt all operations and let us sit down and find a very lasting solution to this problem. And solve a problem. The problem by solving a problem. The minor
You're live in Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television, and the show is also, need I remind you, the show is also live on the 94.1 FM. And so, just in case you're unable to watch us on TV for very good reasons, you have the option of tuning into 94.1 FM on your radio dial and watch the show. Now, my guests are seated, and I'm sure some of you will be asking, what is Moro doing on Monday morning? Well, Annie's out of town. She's on an international assignment, and so I'm sitting in for her. Hopefully this week she'll be back, God willing. Thursday, Friday she should be in town. And so hopefully next week, Monday, she'll be returning. Now this be in situ, not my seat. Anyway, so I'll quickly introduce my resource persons who join us now. Now, in the studio this morning, am I not a lucky guy? Two very intelligent and beautiful ladies are here with me, and it certainly should be a good day. But check out our new logo. What do you think about our new logo? I think it looks really nice, eh? The new Good Morning Ghana logo is on your left. Yes, left down there, the corner. Let us know what you think about the new logo, the new Good Morning Ghana logo. I think it's fantastic. It's absolutely, beautiful. Yeah, Good Morning Ghana. That's nice. Our creatives are doing such a fantastic job, eh? Anyway, so let's get on with this. So yes, the two beautiful, intelligent ladies are here, and I'm talking about Madame Gisela Tete. Gabriela. Did I say Gisela? Gabriela Tete. And she is the Central Regional Communications Officer of the NDC. Gabriela, good morning.
Good morning. I forgive you, though. A lot of people, sometimes people who haven't met us actually think that we are twins because of our names.
Really?
Gisela, Gabriela. So sometimes I walk into an office and people who know me as Gabriela actually start calling me Gisela.
I see.
People start interviewing her, they put a microphone to her mouth, and then they start Gabriela. And then she also has to correct Gisela.
Let's get it right. So you encounter these things from time to time, eh?
All the time. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Right. So the other person who is also here is a medical doctor. She's a dentist, more specifically. She's called Dr. Ikia Amwaku. She's a member of the MPP's communications team. Doc. Ellie.
Good morning.
Morning. How far now?
I did. I miss Annie a little, but I'm happy you're here.
I'm just hoping that by the time we're done with the show, you'll miss her. You'll miss her a lot. Eh?
I don't think so. Let's see.
I see.
Yeah.
But it feels good to be in the midst of very intelligent and beautiful ladies. It feels good.
So we start going at it.
Yeah. Without you, poor Charlie, we're not complete. Women are precious, creatures of God. So we don't joke with people at all.
Women make the world.
Thank you. Women make the world. You're sounding more like you're friends with Beyonce.
No, that one is they rule the world.
They rule the world. Yeah.
Because they rule people's pockets.
Right.
But they actually make the world.
Right. So Doc, I've been wondering how do you combine your party work? Yeah. So do you have a place where you attend to clients and so on and so forth?
Practice. I work in a practice. Yeah. It's just that I'm chronically tired. Right. That's the only thing. But it's been going well.
So typically, how's your day like? So do you go to work every day or on specific days? Is it on call? How does it work?
Yeah, so it's on call.
Okay.
So certain weeks I'm on call, so I'm supposed to be there, or I'm supposed to be available. So if there's anything, they'll call me. Okay. But that happens like maybe 1 week in a month. And the other days, it's flexible enough. Everything is by appointment. So I can plan my schedule ahead. Like today after here, I'll go there for a while before going about my other MPP activities.
Yeah. So typically when you are called upon to say serve a client, but at the same time the party also needs you urgently, how do you How do you deal with that?
Usually, so the scheduling system is very good. So let me just say thank you to Emanuela. She handles our books. She's very excellent at that. So if I tell her I have a meeting today at 3, that side is blocked, meaning anybody that wants to see me at that time is not. So she handles the scheduling. She does a pretty good job at it.
Right. Yeah. And she's also flexible. I mean, if it's extremely, because there are some clients who won't get them, checked if it's not you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they use your schedule now.
Yes, they're used to it. So I mean, usually between 10 and 12, you probably find me at the clinic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after that, so before that is usually the morning shows. After that is usually campaign work. It's heated up in our flag bearership election, so there's a lot of work to do to make sure that the country gets the best possible leader from us. So yeah, I mean, I can't complain.
But you look at how partisan we are as a people, the kind of petty politicking that we do. I mean, does politics indirectly feature in your professional life? So you go to a clinic, somebody comes and says, hey, when I NPP girl, no, look around, I don't know if you've encountered that before.
No, I haven't encountered that. I mean, the people that come are usually very polite. Okay. Most of them come some come because they want to chat. I mean, those that know about my political affiliation is because they want to chat or vent. Okay. But I haven't experienced any negativity yet. And we do have quite a few high-profile NDC clients at the clinic. I mean, there's that fine line. If you come to me as a clinician or as a doctor, I mean, you expect absolute professionalism, and that's what you get.
Right.
But if we step outside, then it's a different matter. Yes. So I think I've been able to maintain that fine balance, and so far all my patients have been very understanding. Some of them even understand the schedule themselves, so they will work around. It just means sometimes I work a little later, maybe 6. You're still there, but we're managing things we do for Ghana, isn't it?
Yeah. I see. That's as for Gabriela, she hasn't stopped learning. Every year she does masters.
Yeah.
That's for Gabriela, dear. Makasa, my bread. She's reading an MBA. Next year, I'm sure very soon she'll be a proper PhD. A proper PhD, so that Gitech will not come after her. Is it like, we're back? When are you going to stop doing reading masters? Why? This is what, the second or third.
It's good though. She's fighting Alzheimer's, keeping the brain cells active.
Yeah. She just lost the books.
I need this knowledge for something.
There's a vision.
Yes.
A big one.
A vision, a mission, actually.
Please don't forget me, Doc. We want to be part of that vision. Very important. Because we have a hunch. We have our own suspicions. Doc, anyway. Doc, she's not a good friend, though. She hasn't been looking for me.
How? I only see you on TV. When I turn on my TV, then I see you.
Digital friends.
On Tuesdays and Fridays.
Tuesdays and Fridays,
yes.
But we're actually happy to have you hosting us.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I don't know what to expect from you. What kind of questions you be throwing at me. If it was Annie, I'd be more relaxed.
Charlie, I a certain impression sent me a diabolic. I'm not. I'm a very good boy. Ask Doc. Doc knows me. Doc, why? I'm a good boy.
I mean, that seat there. I mean, it's probably the seat and not the character of the person. Whoever sits
there's something
there.
About the seat.
There's something about the seat.
Don't worry. One of these days, I'll appeal to management for us to do what we call topsy-turvy. You know what topsy-turvy is?
Yes. So you pay males and females.
We'll be there.
That should let's see if the problem is the seat.
Yeah.
Let's test that theory.
I want to see one of you here in this problematic seat.
I watched Chumbuafo and Paul the other day.
Hey!
I saw the fly before, so for that particular show, I made sure that I watched.
I know. Don't worry, you will see Paul from time to time. Yes.
So is you communicating for NPP or is it an independent communication?
Obviously. I mean, he's Paul hasn't hid. He said it publicly. He hasn't hidden any sympathies for the NPP. So it's not a problem at all.
Okay.
But
when he shows
Paul,
up on platform, he'll be.
The thing about Paul is that he can also be objective, even though he has sympathies. He can be if he wants to.
You can give him that 45% of their time.
Oh, how?
No, and wouldn't you prefer that someone who has openly told you his proclivities, that, oh, I lean right to the political, and then someone that goes to sit there and be fighting with you that I'm not NDC and the person is on the government payroll and holds a position and is a CEO. I'm sure everybody knows who I'm talking about. I'll spare you the name, but I think those people are more dangerous. Inherently, you are being very disingenuous with your viewers. You know, we all sit here.
So you are for declare your stance.
Yes, so that whoever is listening to you has that ability to discern and know that, oh, these are your biases, so they can then take what you are saying properly. But if you go and sit there and you want to misrepresent yourself, oh, me, I'm neutral, this is that, but you are taking speaking notes from NDC. I mean, who are you playing? Whose minds do you want to play with?
Oh, but journalists are not like that. Don't do that.
I'm not even talking about journalists. I'm talking about some. You just want me to name names. Some panelists, Martin Pebu and Shippers Authority and Co. You just want me to name names.
Martin is a lawyer. Don't do that.
Oh, come on.
Martin is a seasoned private legal practitioner.
I'm not disputing that. Yes. Paul is a journalist. He could have also said, I'm a journalist and never declare. What I'm saying is, you can sit there as a lawyer, but we all know whose bidding you are. We all know whose playbook you are reading from. And then, I mean, who are you trying to deceive? We're not children.
The thing about politicians, why is it that as soon as a social or a public commentator's opinion goes against a political tradition that you're affiliated to over a certain period of time, the conclusion that you arrive at is that the person has an agenda?
No, this conclusion I've arrived at is not based on nothing. I'm not pulling it out of the air. I mean, so now are we trying to be told that you can take an appointment? Essentially, we've seen you doing the bidding of this political party over years. They come into government, you are given an appointment, and still you want to insult our intelligence by forcing us to keep the jacket of neutrality on you. I mean, as I said, we are not children. So there's a difference.
Take someone like Professor Jampo.
He's the one I'm talking about.
No, hold on. Take someone like Professor Jampo. The last time he publicly responded to this issue about where he belongs, he says he's not NDC.
Yes, that is where the problem is. Or are you not seeing the line? I mean, it's like me sitting here and saying, oh, I'm a pilot. I'm saying what I want people to believe. Whether it's true or not is a whole different ball game. And usually by their acts, you would know them. So for me, I would prefer if you are honest. It makes it easier for people to take your words seriously, because ab initio, you've proven to be an honest. You are being honest about your position. But you don't go behind closed doors. You are dining with these people. You are exchanging ideas. You are reading from their playbook. Then you come and sit here and want to insult our intelligence. You know, that's the whole issue.
That's an allegation.
I think that we are stretching it. This a bit, because look, you don't necessarily have to be a party person to share an opinion on a matter. And at the end of the day, if you come into each other's personality and into their thinking and their intellect, there's always this underlying principle of who takes dominance, the state or the private sector. And when you look at two political parties, NDC and NPP, that is where the philosophies really exist. Who has prominence? The state executing an agenda, private sector executing an agenda. State executing is NDC orientation. Private sector pursuing, it's an NPP far-right orientation. So people who come from the intelligentsia, for example, they always also have that biases of where they think that the counter should fall. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person has to be an NDC person. But it's just for your orientation and what the fundamental principle.
So the point. So are you suggesting that there's a difference between ideological alignment and being a party person? So ideologically,
your ideology determines where exactly you fall.
Yes, but there are people who would say that I'm left of center.
And that is
but I'm not NDC. Maybe it's PS.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe a CPP.
Yes.
No, that's absolutely fine. And
Yes.
I think the
And I
point
think
in
that is where
no, the point in all of this
You know,
is
so-
getting lost. There are people like that who are naturally left-leaning or naturally right-leaning, and they speak on things. I haven't name-dropped them here. Some of them have been lashing the MPP for years. I am talking about people that deliberately try to misinform the public. So I know exactly what I'm saying. And there's no
as for this guy, we have to let it pass us. Because
all right, let's at least we know where Joseph Yamin's leanings are. We know he's NDC.
Yes.
That is not in doubt.
Yes.
But he's been talking. The national organizer of the NDC. He's been talking. He has some concerns. It's been captured by today's publisher. So let's look at it briefly. Okay. So it says Yamin tells Mahama to stop anti-Galamsey task force. He thinks that there's too many issues with the task force. Now, the national organizer of the ruling NDC, Joseph Yamin, has called on President John Dramani Mahama to immediately halt the operations of all anti-Galamsey task force across the country. Mr. Yamin, who is currently under investigations by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, for alleged involvement in illegal mining, made the appeal while addressing party supporters in Akwetia ahead of the upcoming by-election. He argued that the anti-Galamsey task force deployed by government had deviated from their mandate and were enriching themselves instead of addressing the menace. What the task force is doing can't be described as fighting illegal, or cannot be described as fighting illegal mining. They are extorting money and creating more problems, Yamin declared. He asked the president to direct the Inspector General of Police and Exterior Minister to withdraw all task force personnel from the field. According to him, the current operations fail to differentiate between licensed and illegal miners. Don't we have legal miners in this country? The task force does not check documents or permits before harassing people or miners. That's why I am calling on the president to halt all operations and let us sit down to find a lasting solution. Yamin lamented that the fight against Galamsey had been turned into a lucrative venture for some individuals while rivers, farmlands, and forests continue to suffer destruction. At the end of the day, some people are enriching themselves while the problem remains unresolved. And his remarks come at a time when he and the NDC's National Vice Chairman, Yakubu Abanga, are both suspects of a high-profile investigations into their alleged participation in illegal mining. Last month, Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, instructed YOCO to launch a full-scale probe into the two-party executives. In a letter dated July 15, 2025, Dr. Ayeni directed YOCO to invite the pair for questioning and to extend its investigations to other individuals implicated in illegal mining, particularly in relation to the Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng report. Now, these activities not only flout our mining regulations, but also gravely endanger our water bodies, forest reserves, and local livelihoods. The Minerals Commission has been tasked to collaborate with YOCO to provide technical support during the investigations. Illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, remains one of Ghana's most pressing environmental challenges, polluting major rivers, destroying farmlands, and degrading forest reserves. Now, there's a reaction. And the reaction is by the media relations officer at the at the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry. And let me just read that before I bring my guest in. Now, the media relations officer of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Pakwesi Shandorf, has dismissed calls for the disbandment of the operations aimed at combating illegal mining activities commonly known as Galamsey. In an interview, Shandorf emphasized that the fight against Galamsey, spearheaded by the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, has yielded positive results. He stated that there is currently no credible evidence of misconduct by NIMOS in the execution of its duties. Structurally and administratively, there's only one body that coordinates all anti-illegal mining operations across the country, and that outfit is the National Anti-Mining Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. Indeed, as of just yesterday, they collaborated with the Nzema East Blue Water Guards, displaced some illegal miners, seized 50 chamfans, and made other relevant inroads. He further explained that NIMOS is mandated to coordinate all anti-Galamsey groups nationwide. Therefore, when the allegations arise, they are thoroughly investigated. If NIMOS is not implicated, he said there is no cause for concern. And I quote him, "Since no accusation of such nature has been made against NIMOS, there is no cause for alarm." His remarks were in response to a call by Joseph Yamin, urging President Mahama to disband all anti-Galamsey task force. But, Gabriela, I would have thought that for such a prominent figure in your party, and to think that he's also a party officer, he would have channeled these concerns through, other processes or through the right avenue rather than coming out publicly to state this? I don't know what you think.
Let me say good morning to our viewers. Good morning to you, Moro, once again. You do have a point, and I think that in actual fact that is what Comrade Yamin should consider doing, because I think that an officer at his level, he's part of NEC, and NEC has all kinds of meetings and discussions around all kinds of government policies and programs and how the party can support government to achieve that aim. So I think that he has leadership in government here, and he has leadership in parties here at a national level. So he could have used that platform to, if he has intelligence of these things going on. But let me also say that I disagree with the argument that the entire small-scale mining sector has to be shut down because we have problems with Galamsey. Mind you that currently gold mining, which includes small-scale mining, is contributing about 7 to 8% of our GDP. The tax revenues coming in, I think, if my mind, export revenue actually is about almost 50%. It's from gold proceeds.
Right.
And we are currently #1 on the continent, if not the world. So if you say that we shut an aspect of the industry down, what you're actually saying is that government loses revenue, we lose GDP, productive, and the contribution of gold to GDP will drop. You are saying that...
but except that in the case of Yamin, he's asking for the task force to be disbanded. That's what he's calling for.
You see, the task force issue, here's what I've observed about it, what is going on with all these task force. I think that the most recognized one is the one that is spearheaded by the Ministry of Lands.
NIMOS.
Yes. However, there are some officers who, in their capacity within the mining space, are also doing all kinds of stuff. But as much as we think that it is a fight that everybody must have their hands on, you need to have that central command that organizes everybody.
Yeah.
So that central command should exist and continue to exist.
Yeah.
Granted that there may be some people who are using the name of the task force to do all kinds of things, or some people who perhaps are engaged in some operations to support the anti-Galamsey fight, who are going into extremes and extorting monies. Those ones, you have to bring the names up so it is investigated, and then they are cautioned or booked, or something happens. I was mentioning to you earlier about a case in Central Region where somebody went and did one of these things, and the regional leadership suspended the person.
Right.
So there are reports where these things have happened, and consequences are brought to bear. So if there's any information like that, share it, let it be investigated, let them address the issue. Because, as I mentioned, you can't stop the industry because of how dependent the economy of Ghana currently is.
Right.
The inherent issues that should be addressed is currently being spearheaded by a task force.
Yeah.
If there are challenges, help the task force to succeed. The success of that task force is the success of the government and the NDC as a party. So share information, share intelligence, and let's make progress. The fight against Galamsey, we all know, we've all accepted that it is one that we can't afford to lose for the sake of posterity of this country. We have young people who, unfortunately, because this is what is the sustenance in their communities, their whole existence is now mining, not farming. When you go to rural communities like Moro, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, some even as young as 8, 9-year-olds are in the pits. What skills do you think they've acquired? Mining, not farming, not inland water fishing, not handiworks or anything like that. It is mining. And that is the sustenance of those communities now. So it's important for all of us, government, including citizens and everybody who is interested in the prosperity of the nation as a country itself and the people, that we must try and make this thing work and solve those challenges. The, what do they even call them? The Alternative Livelihood Program that was being organized in Obuasi, that caused a tragedy. They've come up with schemes that are being deployed to provide alternative livelihoods or to help to organize these communities into cooperative mining schemes so that they can do proper and forcible mining. The challenge of the assemblies is in the proper policing of who are licensed miners and who are unlicensed miners. And that is why, again, intelligence also helps, because a lot of the time, a lot of the assemblies don't have the capacity to go and fight the illegal miners. The logistics is in there. If you send district police command to go a week's operation, the whole district has only one pickup, which breaks down. How are they going to get from station, depot, to even mine sites and look at the rugged terrain that these sites are? So it is a big challenge, but it is something that we must enforce and make sure that for the sake of posterity of all of us, we're always talking about our waters being destroyed, the lands being destroyed, vegetation is going, cocoa farms are going. The last time I was so sad when I saw that in actual fact they've now added even cashew plantations to the list of cash crops that are being destroyed for mining. And unfortunately, it's very tragic. But again, you are making people come to a certain realization that it pays more to do mining than for them to be into plantation agriculture for whatever it is. And people are selling their farmlands, cocoa farms, palm plantations, rubber plantations, cashew farms, willingly to enjoy the proceeds of illegal mining. So that tells you that there's a problem that has to be addressed. And it is economic, it is political, and it is social. And yes, it is environmental. How are we fixing that problem? The first key is the task force and to give them the support. I've seen videos this past week where the IGP also has a team that also goes around to clamp down on illegal miners. Fantastic. All hands on deck. So if you have intelligence of people who are extorting monies and all these things, if there's something that is going on in the operations of the Anti-Galamsey Task Force that you think that it could be better, bring it up, give it to leadership. Let's continue to fix a problem. It is better to fix a broken problem to still continue to get to an ultimate destination than to avert completely. And then you lose the gains that you have made. This Blue Water Guard task force, I've seen their videos of the things they are doing, and they are really working very hard. I mean, young men and women throwing themselves into rivers, swimming, just to get a shangfangs to burn. You know, and these are not even clean waters. These are dirty chemical waters that they are forcing their way to destroy all kinds of stuff so that they can solve an eco problem, an environmental problem, a Ghana problem. So we should give them the support.
Based on everything that you said in opposition and your, first of all, your criticism of the Etwal administration and how you promised to tackle Galamsey when, and of course, when Ghanaians give you the nod, or if and when Ghanaians give you the nod. Would you say that 8 months down the line, you have been impressed with the government's fight against illegal mining? And what would be your reason?
I'm not disappointed. That is a fact. And I'm not disappointed because you use the word impressed, and I'm using disappointed because I'm coming from two extremes, but I'll land in the middle. Okay. I'm not disappointed because I have seen the evidence of an anti-Galamsey movement, operation, ongoing. I've seen excavators being dragged out of pits. I've seen young boys being chased out of pits that they didn't have license to operate. I have seen guns and ammunition being taken out of pits. Okay? I have also seen people who are being swallowed up by muddy waters because they are doing the thing not the right way. I have seen people who are dying because their sons, the latrite that they raised, fell on them and it has killed them. I've seen videos of all those things. I've also seen people whose farms have been left flooded because somebody deliberately triggered a stream so they can take over that farm, that land. Have I seen improvement? Yes. Is it a successful fight? It is a fight that is still ongoing. From the way it is proceeding, I can tell that they will chalk more successes than failures.
Okay.
Because the commitment, first of all, is there.
Okay. All right. I have a few other questions for you, but let me come to Doc. Doc, you were in the hot seat not long ago. I mean, once upon a time, you were here, not as in literally.
Yeah, understood.
And you were in the barrage of criticisms, and the pressure was massive, especially from, of course, the NDC and, you know, the media coalition against illegal mining. And at the time, the call was on you to declare state of emergency.
By their neutrals who now have a position.
And
what has this man done to you?
And at the time, I remember Abu Jinapo was all over the place trying to tell us that, look, declaring a state of emergency have very dire consequences for the country. It's not as easy and as straightforward and as simple as, you know, at the time, those who were making those calls were making it seem. Now, what have you been reflecting on, listening to what she's saying, and the fact that you were there some time back?
I'm sure it's the same thoughts that was going through your mind and the minds of all the viewers at home. I was very, very surprised with my dear friend Gabriela's take on this matter this morning. It's surprising. Wonders in this country really would never end, because this is the same government or party that was telling us that everything is wrong. They did not even differentiate between legal and illegal mining. Now we are being asked that there's a difference. I didn't know, because according to NDC's playbook, anybody that was a miner was doing galamsey, but now they know there's a difference. Now they know arrest and seizing excavators is progress. I'm surprised. I mean, all the things that were listed as actions or activities that have been carried out by this government in the past 8 months are nothing new. These are all things that were going on previously. Things that the current, when they were in opposition, were saying were not enough and was not going to solve the problem, and we are all devils and we should get out, and they are coming to come in and do something better. So is it not surprising, almost insulting to us, that they want to tell us the same thing that they are doing and they are surprised that it's not yielding results? I mean, that's where my confusion is, because this Blue Water Gas, they were river wardens somewhere late last year. The same thing. Alternative Livelihood Program has been there for years. In fact, I don't even want to go into that part. What was the point of renaming it or whatever? You've not done anything new. Our galamseyers have been arrested in this country since time immemorial. It's not nothing new. It was on the back of all of this that we saw that we've tried all these things, A, B, C, D, E, and we are not really getting the results we want. It's about time we do something different. They raised hell's fury on Ghana just because it was an election year and they saw that that was one of the strings they could pull on to come into power. I don't see why anyone would say that the anti-galamsey task force should be disbanded, even though I know, yes, there's a lot of room for manipulation. And it's something I've always said, even last year when we were in the hot seat, that one of the biggest problems with dealing with this is because you need human resource. You need human beings to go around to take care of the enforcement if you want to use like an enforcement approach to deal with this. And the truth is that the sector of gold mining is very, very, very lucrative. And so it is very, very easy for people to be manipulated when they go there. You are going there with a salary of, even if it's $5,000, then they open about $10,000 to you. I mean, it would take maybe 1 in 10 people who would have that strong will to be able to say no to that. So obviously we know that's something that used to go on. It's a problem that we used to face when we were in government, and it's something we told them. But no, at that point they were telling us no, the waters are dirty because we are doing galamsey. Even though some members of the party who were doing legal mining at that time, it was very convenient for them to paint everybody the same thing. Our women's organizer even had her equipment seized. And we were in this country, so we cannot say there was no will by the NDC government, the MPP government.
It was actually bent as well.
Yes, it was seized and bent. And it turned out she was doing legal mining, because once you get to a certain scale, it's almost unreasonable to assume that the person will be mining illegally. Sometimes they might not be doing the practices in the most environmentally friendly way, but to say they were illegally mining, you are just stretching the matter. So I do think it's about time that the NDC come back and say, hey, we don't know what we are doing with this galamsey matter, so that we can then think about something that would actually work. Because this river, that's what we've been doing for 8 years. We know how this ends. So as they always say, we should give them time. We'll give you time so that at that point we can talk without you saying it's just 8 months. But I don't see anything that they are doing that gives any hope to the people of Ghana. This matter is just going to keep deteriorating. We can also see that some of them have jumped in head on and are just mining left, right, center. We've heard about there are some chairmen, we've heard national security people, and the matter is just getting worse. It leads one to wonder, was all the noise just because they wanted access to these things? Another issue that I would like to point out with Yamin's post, it's quite obvious he was campaigning. So it's not like this is a matter for Nick. He was campaigning to the people of Akwatia, which is the stock and trade of the NDC. They go to places and they utilize issues that they feel will pull on their heartstrings. So he's talking to miners and he's telling the miners that, oh, the tax force, they are disturbing you, so we should do something about it. It's a way to win votes, and that's what they've been doing in these mining areas, to create so much disaffection for the people that were actually fighting the problem. So I don't know, I think it's about time that he's called to order. They're in government now, they should be more responsible about how they go around campaigning to people.
Gisela.
Gabriela.
How do I keep saying Gisela? Gabriela, I recall when that post that tragic incident, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa granted an interview. And in that interview, he said some things about the president's renewed, commitment and in escalating the fight against galamsey, and said some things. I want us to take a short break. When we come back, I'll quote verbatim exactly what Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa said, and we'll take you from there. You can throw some more light on it. You're watching Good Morning Ghana. Please stay with us.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Think in publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
chichia woni nara me din ede baby da pa me di ade sonko kra na ebremo nya ode to aduane mo ama waduane e de pa na me de bremo eno any some spices dey emu wa no bebre o various flavors ubenya eya akoko ubenya nantwie yedigu jollof mu ma emu yede ubenya yedigu nkwan mu yedigu froye mu ho na kope bito na ema waduane enye de unyiminia yenkon yenkonko tie nyankofo eka
Down where you communication to ni enjoy utuba that Samu spices.
What in the essence no pie. I think it Dariaga. Samu spices in a BTA daddy so say. Samu spices. Mun Samu
spices. Nyama chicken.
Samu spices.
In Sanaka in Ketwa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, can jollof, and the flavors of Bebre.
Samu spices. Yes, Saka.
FDRJ Jadien Kratoyatum.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson. Asamo.
Me didn't tontum. Mr. Framika Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Frammy once now.
Hey, that's you.
Impruka.
Yeah.
Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Frammy sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso.
Come on, Tom Preco.
A home is more than just walls and a roof. It's the warmth of family, the assurance of security, and the joy of shared moments. Whether you're returning from abroad or seeking a new beginning, Rehoboth Havens Ayimensa is where your journey truly begins. Nestled beneath the tranquil Ebri Mountains, this gated community offers the perfect blend of modern living and natural beauty. Our 2, 3 and 4 bedroom homes are designed for family living with spacious interiors, elegant finishes and all the comforts that make life better. From cozy living rooms for bonding to modern kitchens for culinary creativity and private gardens for peaceful reflection, every space is thoughtfully crafted. At Rehoboth Havens, your children play safely, your family grows joyfully, and your memories are built on a foundation of care and community. Starting from 675,000 Ghana cedis with flexible installment plans, your dream home is within reach because everyone deserves a place to truly call home. Rehoboth Havens, where futures are built and dreams come to life. Call us on 0553 751933 or 0206 823524 to secure your future today. Rehoboth Social Housing, your housing dream becomes reality.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you coffee be luckiest. No matter why you're lucky. Everybody go be that luckiest.
God Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You are the one. Featuring Alejandra Robles Gil, Brandon Peniche, Danilo Carrera, Bárbara Islas, Ernesto LaGuardia, and a great cast.
Right, so you're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. I'm here with two fantastic, intelligent, very good-looking ladies here. One representing the MPP, the other representing the NDC. So Gabriela, I don't want to get it wrongly this time around, it's Gabriela Tete. She is the NDC Central Regional Communications Officer. And also Dr. Ekwia is also here. She is a clinician. She's a medical doctor, and she's representing the NPP. So I want us to try and wrap up on this Galamsey thing, because, you know, it's a subject matter that we've talked about time and time and again, except that because of what Joseph Yamin has said. Now, Gabriela, I was just about to ask you this. So let me read what exactly Ablakwa said. So this is Ablakwa. President Mahama didn't mince words. We had a brief cabinet meeting, and the president was very clear that he would lead a war we have never seen before to stop this existential threat confronting us. So do you have some further and better particulars about this new verve and new energy that Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa says the president has garnered, you know, in order to deal with this Galamsey matter? Do you have any further information?
Yes, and that's the point I was making earlier, that the sheer number of teams that are out in the various districts that are supporting these things, together with the intelligence that is gathered. And a lot of these task forces that go out, they are not just roaming for roaming's sake. A lot of their activities is backed by intelligence gathering. So they are aware that this mine doesn't have documentation. When they hear of operation, the first thing they do is to get the coordinates from Mineral Commission to ensure that is it a registered mine or not. And that is what influences the decision to launch an operation on that mine. How many times have you seen them go into legitimate mining concessions to chase people out? You don't hear those reports. Every place where they target and they go is an illegal operation. And the solution to that is for the owners of those mines to do the right thing, go through the right channels and get the licenses so that you can mine properly under the laws of this country. Now, I was talking about the alternative program that was launched in Obuasi. Under that scheme, under the new cooperative mining scheme, the difference between that program and what the NPP was doing at the time, the attempt now is to have the indigenous locals make up these community cooperative schemes. So those young people who are now employed, recruited into these illegal mines to do mining because they want to earn an income, now organize themselves in their mining communities, apply for a license from the ARCOM's DEP. The initials is a long one. So to apply for a license to operate from them. There are other schemes to support this mining scheme. There's a mining services project that supports them with small equipment to facilitate their operations. There's the vocational training and entrepreneurship for those who want to go beyond just mining, because after you finish with your mining, what else do you aspire to be? There has to be some other alternative livelihood that you can apply to do. Then there's also those who are going to go into agricultural value chain development. And all these programs are supported by the government of Ghana. But moreover, predominantly, in all these schemes that we are doing, the most important thing is that there's community participation in this fight. That is very critical to the success of the fight against Galamsey. You can have foreign interventions in the terms of security from IGP's department, from a national task force, coming there to chase people out. they will not be there 24 hours. At some point, they will leave, and then these people can return back to their operations.
Okay.
So it is there's a heavy dominance on the communities who must ensure that they also want to protect their environment and their communities. There are some communities where I've heard that the chiefs have openly protested against miners coming there to destroy their land. Fantastic. Other chiefs should be bold and stand up against people who are not licensed to operate in their jurisdictions. Other young youth groups who are interested in protecting their communities should stand up and enforce community rules that this is where our habitation is, and we don't want people to come destroying our habitation. So it is a holistic thing that all of us must be involved in, and I think that progress is being made. It is not a one fight. This is not something you can deal with in a matter of just a year, but successively. So long as you are dedicated to it and committed. And for me, the most important thing again here is commitment of leadership.
Right.
And I find that in His Excellency John Mahama and Anna Bobua, that they are committed to making sure that the right thing is done. Because as I mentioned earlier, currently as we speak, the economy of Ghana, which today we are benefiting from the positives of a well-managed economy, is dependent heavily on gold production. If we pull back, the consequences on all of us as citizens will be felt in our pockets.
Right.
So we don't withdraw, we maintain, we keep up, and we push further so that this fight can be won.
Okay.
There are a lot of other interventions that I know the NGOs and civil society are also forcing to push through.
Okay.
Last time I saw Darocha. There's a gentleman, one of the deputy directors, who shares a lot of information on Darocha, who shared some pictures of a mining concession that had decided to divert a river stream into their concession. I was having a chat with one of the directors at Ministry of Water Resources, and they told me that, in fact, this diversion of rivers is currently one of Ghana's biggest problems. That's affecting the supply, production and supply of potable water to households, because rivers that Ghana Water was relying on, all these diversions have now weakened the flow of these rivers, and some of them actually being to use a street jargon, killed. Right, because of the diversions and the blockages that is going on. So the fight is ongoing. We need to now get into the aspects of protecting the environment, and the case in point is how we are going to now protect the flow of our river bodies to ensure that, again, posterity and for our own livelihoods to be sustained, that these things are adequately dealt with.
Okay. All right. Look, I guess we can make progress.
Just 1 minute to finish this matter. I didn't know when the NDC became aware that halting mining in this country would affect our economy. I didn't know. They were just a few months ago when they asking for a ban on all mining activities and state of emergency and all manner of things. I really want to know what they are eating now that's making them sing such a different tune. And, you know, we are also forgetting that the huge problem they are also facing right now is the involvement of their own people. Gabriela was saying that there's a lot of intelligence and so they don't take over legal mines. But, I mean, a very good friend and a journalist as well to all of you, Erastus, has even gone out to say, and there were a lot of media engagements about this matter, about one mine. I think the mine even won an award for one of the most put together small, medium-scale mines. And then it was taken over by national security. And even when the matter blew up in the media and everything, apparently Erastus received a call that there's government interest and so he should stay off it. I mean, things like that are going on.
No, I think that particular mine was returned back to the owners.
But how was it taken over for several days? And the national security people were mining. It's not like it was taken over and closed. They were working there.
It wasn't so there's legitimate national security. What is going on is that there are some people who are also using the umbrella of national security when they are not security operatives.
Gabriela, I don't know
trying
about that.
Trying to take over people's minds, which is actually
what we can speak to is what the journalist has reported. I haven't heard that it's been retained. I mean, there was a long ruhaha about this matter, and I can read what was
following up on.
Yes, and he said what I heard him say was that there's government interest in the matter, not that it didn't happen or that it's been corrected. So what I'm saying is that we cannot also run away from the fact that there's a lot of interference from the government, whether it's a coordinated effort or it's just rogue apples doing this. I'm not going to be like you and try and paint all of you that you sat around the table to say that let's go and mine. But there are obviously elements within your ranks that are doing things that are very untoward and disturbing your fight against Galamsey. Okay. When it comes to the matter of community mining, again, we don't need to keep creating a situation in this country like there was nothing happening. I mean, giving seedlings to some of the miners is something that was done. Community mining, for them to organize themselves into groups, was something that was done locally. It was the locals in that place that would be organized, given a license. And that was the state of the program. But it was the NDC's plan to try and inform the people of Ghana that they had sacked the people mining there only to replace with party people, which was very far from the truth. People were given seedlings. People were even sent to UMAT to learn how to mine responsibly. So all we can say is that from what you are doing and from everything that's going, we do not have any hope that you'll be able to chalk any successes in this fight. So we do hope that you can start being honest with yourself, with the rogue elements within your ranks, with the things, with the ideas that are just recycled, that did not yield the best results for us. Why are you doing this?
Okay. All right, so let's make some progress now, and I want us to look at an issue which is not new, really, in our body politics, except that we would have wished that it never was, but it is what it is. And here I'm talking about tribal politics. Tribal politics. It's reared its ugly head again. And if you look at today's newspapers, there's on about on the front pages of 5 newspapers, this matter has been reported. It has the picture of the former vice president and the former standard bearer of your party, that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and then also that of Dr. Barney Champ, who is the former Agric Minister, and I believe a former Deputy Minister of State in charge of Interior, right? And yes, and a former National Security. So he was the deputy to Kandapa, I believe. Yes. Okay. Now, the Daily Guide has reported it. The Custodian has reported it. The Daily Statesman has reported it. The Informer has reported it. The Publisher has reported it. And so this is per the newspapers that we have. I'm sure other newspapers have reported it as well. But let's look at what is the matter in issue. So I'll start with the Daily Guide's angle, where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is slamming tribal religious propaganda. And the story is here. It's a Daily Guide report. It says the former vice president and 2024 flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has cautioned against what he described as dangerous tribal and religious propaganda being peddled by some of his flag-bearer rivals within the party. Now, speaking at the NPP's 33rd anniversary celebration in New York, USA, yesterday, so this must be on Saturday, right? And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia warned that such divisive tactics risk portraying the party as exclusionary and undermining its chances of winning back power in 2028. His remarks come in the response to alleged claims by former Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Echampong, who argues at a separate event that the NPP's 2024 electoral defeat was linked to tribal dynamics surrounding Dr. Bawumia's candidacy. Dr. Echampong suggested that long-standing rivalries between Mamprusis and Kusasis contributed to the party's poor performance in northern constituencies, and that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's religious and ethnic background limited his appeal to voters. But Dr. Bawumia dismissed these claims as unfounded, insisting that they were both false and desperate. The people playing the religion and tribal card clearly do not have a message. That propaganda is not only false, but also dangerous for the NPP. To reinforce his argument, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia referenced the findings of a report led by former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Michael Quay, which investigated the MPP's defeat in 2024. According to him, the study concluded that religion and ethnicity were not determining factors in voter behavior. It says that nearly 80% of respondents said they voted against us because of disappointment with government performance, not because of religion or tribe. Dr. Bawumia further pointed out that his presidential votes in 2024 actually surpassed those of several Christian parliamentary candidates in the party's strongholds, effectively disproving the claim that his background cost the MPP votes. Now, on the sensitive issue of the protracted Mamprose-Kusase conflict in Bawku, he rejected assertions that the unrest played a decisive role in the election outcome. Presenting historical data, he argues that the MPP tradition has consistently struggled to win seats in the Bawku area since 1965, regardless of its presidential candidates. The Bawku conflict was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 election. The data is clear. Calling for a new approach to internal campaigning, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia urged his competitors to focus on policy alternatives, leadership records and integrity rather than resorting to identity-based attacks. If you want to contest me, come with a vision, come with your ideas, come with your track record, come with your integrity, and let us decide. Your message cannot be that I'm a Muslim, a Northerner, or a Mamprose man. That is not the politics of the MPP. He also reminded the party of its proud tradition of inclusivity, tracing its heritage to the United Party UP, which was formed from diverse regional and religious groups, including the Northern People's Party, the Muslim Association Party, the Shifi Mokbe, and the Anglo Youth Organization. It's clear, therefore, that the bonds of unity in diversity have been our livelihood and our foundation. Now more than ever, we must refresh them. That's according to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But there's a rebuttal. There's a rebuttal, and or there's a rejoinder, and that is coming from Dr. Brian Champon's campaign and himself. Now, he says Brian Champon never blamed Bawumia for Kusase Mamprose conflict, and that's on page 2 of today's Daily Statesman. And the story here says that the campaign office of an MPP, the campaign office of an MP flag bearer hopeful, Dr. Brian Champon, has dismissed what he described as a mischievously pieced together video circulating on social media, stressing that the presidential hopeful has never blamed former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for the Kusase Mamprose conflict. A statement signed and released by Vice Enam Hajide, spokesperson for the Brian Champon campaign, reaffirmed his deep respect for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, clarifying that his original comments were misrepresented. Dr. Champon has not at any point blamed former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for the Kusase Mamprose conflict. His comments in the original video clearly stated that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was a victim of circumstance, not a cause of division. The statement explained that Dr. Champon's remarks had instead highlighted a political strategy deliberately exploited by opponents during the 2024 elections to weaken the New Patriotic Party in key regions and constituencies. This is a matter of record and should remain a strategic concern for the party moving forward. The statement adds, now, Dr. Champon's message is clear. The MPP must unite around a winning strategy and candidates. His campaign is anchored on unity, transparency, and results. His vision is to position the MPP for decisive victory in 2028 and to govern with the strength and clarity needed to resolve the deep-rooted issues holding communities and the nation back. Now, I would have actually expected the Brian Champon team to have actually made available the original video, because what we have now, we're really hesitating to play because we're told it's a pieced up video. But whatever it is, be that as it's made, we will still play that video, and my technical team, my production team are working on that. So good. So let's watch the Dr. Brian Champon video and that of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's response or reaction to Dr. Brian Champon. And when we come back, we'll have a conversation.
President Akufo-Addo, Owini MPP vote ewo Kusase. Owini MPP vote ewo Mamprose. President Kufuor, Owini MPP vote ewo Kusase. Owini MPP vote ewo Mamprose. This answer is a college rank of 4 million. I am a Fabako and Yapa. And in 2024, apart from a point, a free OT. Ediko upper east, upper west, northern, upper western region. The Lucy is a woman. It's a And you are a victim of circumstances. It's not your fault. But we cannot wait. This situation, we and I have one fight on him, which we have solved in 2028. But the suspicion will not go away. And MPP will not be held ransom and stay in the position because of this matter. And that is a fact. We are in this business to win power. And here emotional and here personalities. I'll give you examples. We are here to win power. And the NDC always shows us the way. There's no emotions. Sometimes we get carried away with emotions when we have to do the politics. Me, I would have contested power. I would have contested power. So by election, by election, you can't say that the papa, and you can't point out fast one. But by election, you know the DNA. And we are a political party. Until you say, you have got Tamalinu, they are contesting how I 2028, that is what we want to do.
As we prepare to go into the primaries, I am very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. They totally ignore all the data and findings about why we lost the 2024 elections and want to mislead the delegates and the party with such propaganda. The one such issue that has come up, and I think it's important for all of us to know, is the Mamprosi-Kusasi conflict. An aspirant has said that delegates should not vote for me because I am a Mamprosi man, and that we will lose votes in the Kusasi areas and other areas. This is very unfortunate and demonstrates a complete lack of understanding of the situation on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, since 1965, there have been 11 elections in Ghana. Since 1965. And the performance of the LPP in the our tradition, in the 6 Boko zone seats, there are 6 seats in the Boko zone. If you look at it, the performance is as follows. In 1965, our tradition had 0 seats. At that time, I was only 2 years old. I had nothing to do with it. In 1969, we had 2 seats. In 1979, under Victor Usu's leadership, we had 0 seats. In 1996, we had 0 seats in that area. In 2000, we had 1 seat. In 2004, under President Ford, we had 0 seats. 2008, we had 1 seat. 2012, under President Akufo-Addo, we had 0 seats. 2016, we had 2 seats. 2020, we had 1 seat. And 2024, we went back to 0 seats. What all the data is saying is that out of the 6 seats in the MPP, out of the 6 seats, the 11 elections, MPP has 0 in 6 of the 11 elections. So this is not an area that is a stronghold of the MPP. In fact, it took the whole Boko zone, the 6 constituencies put together, we lost just 30,000 votes in 2024. So you can't lose, it is not the Boko election that made us lose 2024. And we need to be very clear about that, that the data shows that the Boko factor was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 elections, that we should stop moving in that direction.
Yeah, so these are the videos that we're talking about. You've heard that of Dr. Brani Champon, who is an MPP standard bearer aspirant, making some comments that border on, you know, tribal bigotry, essentially. And you heard that of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia also reacting to those statements. Now, I'll start with you, Dr. Kia. I watched the Dr. Brani Champon video, and he was talking about why your party didn't do very well in the northern part of Ghana. Because Dr. Mahmoud Bamia belongs to a side which is involved in a conflict. And so per his analysis of why you didn't do well in the northern part of Ghana is because you've taken sides. The MPP has taken sides by electing Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. What do you think is wrong with that?
Everybody can see that everything is wrong with that.
Okay.
Everything is wrong with that. I was very hurt when I saw that video. Very, very hurt because
why?
The Honorable Brani Champon is somebody that's, I have some respect. Indeed, this is a home match, as I always like to call it. And I would have wished that we presented a picture to Ghanaians, which is like what we truly are, a party of deep thinking people. So I would have hoped that this contest would have been one of, okay, so when I'm given the opportunity to become president, this is the direction in which I believe the country should be taking for us to see progress. I wanted it to be a really nice playing field for the best out of us to come, so that in the end, whoever wins, we can all then rally behind that person's vision to improve the country, because that is our mandate as politicians. It's nothing else but to come and serve the people of Ghana in a way that brings progress, as simple as that. So I was very hurt by the video because, I mean, essentially, I don't even know if that part was played. What he might have been saying is that the problem was the candidate and the tribe of the candidate. Why I find that very problematic, even not just because it's a dig at Dr. Bamia, but as a member of the MPP, I find it very problematic because one thing people do not know about me is that I am about a Kota Dagati. Yes. But by my name and disposition, and I grew up in Kumasi, it's something most people would not even think to. I have so many family members from there. We are close. Jirapa.
From Jirapa?
From Jirapa Dori, exactly.
Is it from your dad's side or your
From
mom's
my
side?
mom's side, yes.
Okay.
So
interesting.
When somebody likes to go, when anybody goes on that tangent...
Sorry, do you speak the language? Okay, that's
fine. A few words here and there.
Okay.
When anybody goes on that tangent, and as a and meeting a lot of other young people in the party, the MPP is a very diverse party. They are young Muslims, they are young Kusasi people, they are young Mamprisis, they are young Dagatis, all together. And when we are together, we are under the umbrella of the MPP, not under any tribe or anything. But when you start to go on this tangent, what you tell some of us young ones is that it's now that we are working for the party, waking up early to go around and do this and that, it is okay. But should our aspirations and ambitions go higher and we seek to lead the party in certain positions, it is at that point that you would come and tell us that Okra will free her, which I don't think is in the spirit of the MPP. It's not something we do. We've elected a Muslim flag bearer, and that was the first to happen in this republic. We've been leading the way in being progressive and being very open. And I think I would like to believe this was an aberration, and it's something that the Honorable Brani Champon will probably apologize for. Number two is it doesn't even hold any substance in truth. If you look at the voting patterns of Upper West, Upper East, they are essentially Gabriela zone, they are NDC zones. And it's not a place where you should use as a matrix to guide us as to why we lost the election. And I think we were all in this country and we saw the circumstances that led to our defeat. last year I was getting to the election. I was reading this report by one of those election watch research people. And then they had noted that about 80% of certain governments had lost the election in the year 2024. And what they were able to come up with from their research was that was probably due to the global economic crisis, because whenever there is hardship or the world is hot, people understandably would take it out. They would need somebody to blame, and usually it is the government that bears that brunt. And so there was like a clean swipe of almost all sitting governments. And so for anybody to try and make this a matter of tribe or religion, I find it quite difficult to understand, because it is becoming clearer by the day that it is simply not the truth. And I'm also seeing a very clever twist by the campaign of Honorable Brian. What we are saying is not that he said that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the cause of the conflict. No, that's not the question that he has to answer. The question that he has to answer is that he said because he is a Mamprussi and there's a current conflict, it would affect our political fortunes up there, which we've proven to him that is not true. So that is what I think most young people in the party would expect, some kind of retraction or explanation, because this is not the Honorable Brian Acheampong we know, and we really did not expect that from him. This morning I saw there's a press release from a group of constituency youth organizers who had also issued a statement, and it looks like this is something that is really sad for all of us. And again, our brothers and sisters in the NDC are always sitting, watching all of these things. And we will be going into a general election where we would have to indeed go and campaign to the Mamprusis, go and campaign to the Kusasis, go and campaign to the Dagatis. And if they see that this is some of the things that were said internally, I don't think it will near to the benefits of the MPP. And I personally like to stay away from talking about other candidates. I believe when you are getting the opportunity, you are given the opportunity, you should tell the people of Ghana why your candidate is distinct, why he's best placed for the job. And I think when it comes to the case of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it's quite obvious that he's the most prepared candidate. It's quite obvious that he's the most formidable. Even looking at how all the attacks are coming at him. Yesterday I saw a post on social media that says that it is everyone else against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that's simply because he is also the most formidable candidate. And it is quite obvious that even besides all of these attacks that are held at him, it quickly becomes obvious that it quickly becomes an indictment on the person attacking rather than the person. It all shows that he is also our most winnable candidate going into the 2028 election. I mean, he's one of the most formidable assets we have as a party, so there's no reason why we should seek to muddy him so much that it becomes a problem for us going into 2028. So again, on this issue, I'm sure maybe Honorable Brian's camp would issue another statement, maybe a retraction, an apology. Maybe that's not what he meant. But the point that the video was cut and pieced, I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm not seeing much evidence of that. But I think we'll leave this matter here so that it can die a quick and natural death.
All right, so Dr. Hassan Ayariga has sent a message, except that, Doc, what Dr. Kia actually said, and was that it was actually the first time the MPP was electing a Muslim flag bearer, not generally, as in the first time a political party. So I guess that it's just to set the record straight. But thanks for the message, Dr. Hassan Ayariga of the APC. But let me go to you, Gabriela. What do you make of this? I mean, would you like to chop your home matter, or you want to foray into somebody's home matter?
I am not one who's known to chop home matter.
Okay.
Especially when the matter
God.
is of interest to me.
Okay. Tell me how this interest
Prior to 2024, when they were going for a flag bearership election, what did they say about candidate Bawumia? Okay. They said the NPP tradition has a JB Dankwa, Diabe Dombo tradition.
Yes.
No, be so.
Yes.
and they emphasize on the Dombo.
Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition.
And then they emphasize on the Dombo.
Yes.
And they said that Dankwa and the Buzias have enjoyed.
Yes.
It is time for the Dombo.
Well, that's a fact. That's true.
Okay. So when they were pointing to the north, why specifically did they choose Bawumia?
Okay.
Because they said he was Muslim. They said he was a Northerner, and that he would appeal into that front for the Northern vote.
Right.
Is that not a campaign that was created with the ultimate beneficiary being a Northerner and a Muslim? Was that not the attribute that was given to the character and personality of Dr. Bawumia to appeal as a flag bearer of the NPP? 2, when we went into the general elections, the message from the NPP into the north was not look at free SHS, was not look at how fantastic we have managed and created this country. The message of the NPP was, we have brought you one of your own. It is time for your own to also chop president. Who was your own? A Muslim and a Northern candidate. Point 3, it is a fact that Vice President candidate Bawumia hails from that side where there's a conflict. As a matter of fact, one particular party in that conflict was looking up to this man to facilitate their side of things. I don't want to go into because we are trying to solve a problem. To facilitate something which they felt he could not do and betrayed. And so they did not give him the vote. So as much as the LPP themselves branded Bawumia with these attributes, that is what they went into the election with. If today, Brian Achampong is only stating the obvious, where is the crime? It is the creation of the NPP.
But how did Brian come to this conclusion? Has he done some
research? The same way I have come to the conclusion that this is what happened prior to 2024 elections.
Okay.
Well, they said, first, in fact, I'm from Central, so let me say what they said about the Central region. They said the Central region has given so many presidents and vice presidents to this country as compared to other regions. It is time for another candidate to come from that side. And somebody said, but Mahama was a Northerner. So if they vote for Bawumia, it means that thing is going back into the north. And they came and explained to us that, in fact, that term Northern is even a generic term that describes an entirely different group of people, like how you reference accounts, but then when you get into the account ecosystem, you have Fantis, Equiapims, and Ashantis, and Achims, and all that. So this was a creation of the NPP. Today, these same people are telling us that we should not do politics based on the fundamentals that they created in 2024.
I don't think Gabriela understands this matter, and
I understand it very well.
I'm very surprised, almost a little disappointed in the tangent you want to go on. Are you saying that when His Excellency John Mahama went to the Gunjes, he did not tell them that I am from here? Are you saying that when you go, when your own sister was campaigning in the Central region, she did not tell the people of Central region that I am from there? So who in MPP did you see? When was it our campaign message? On which billboard? On which platform? Did you see anybody say that we are bringing Dr. Bawumia because he is a Muslim? So I'm saying that what you are saying is neither here nor there. We are both politicians. We all know how these things go. When President Mahama goes to his home in Gonja, he goes to tell them, I am a Gonja man. Let's not play the ostrich in this matter. When I go to my village, I'll tell them I'm from here. You people should vote on. It is part of politics. That is not the matter here. What is on the table is somebody precluding. What is on the table here is somebody precluding a candidate based on where they are from. That is what is dangerous. It is not the same. You are comparing apples to oranges.
No. We're not comparing
it's very dangerous for you to say that this person cannot lead the country because they are from here.
Not at all.
Next, it will start
Not
from
at all.
Mampusi. Very soon
Not
it
at
will be
all.
central region. Where did Akonyane do It's that's the kind of life we want to
election,
live.
election.
And again, as I'm saying, when it comes to leading a country or who should be president, who should be commander-in-chief, who should be the chief driver of our progress, the question that is up is competence. And that is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was sold on.
But the politicians sell more than competence.
They
sell all kinds of other attributes.
We are not bringing Dr.
Mahmoud
Bawumia because he's a Muslim. We are not bringing him because he's a Northerner. We are bringing
It was
Dr.
part
Mahmoud
of the
Bawumia
attribute-
because he is the most formidable asset we have. We truly believe that he's the man that will make a difference in the governance of this country. And that was the position of the MPP. The fact that he was a Muslim or a Northerner was just a bonus, if you would like to say it. We did not go scouting for a Muslim candidate. We did not go scouting for a candidate who was a Northerner. We just seem to have been blessed with somebody who had all the capabilities and competences that we wanted, and also happened to bring some diversity to our fold. And so for anybody, especially a member of our party, to come up and now try and use that against him, so that in the end, our friends like Gabriela will sit here and make this kind of comedy, that's exactly where the problem is. It's something that we should not
is acting
discuss.
comedy here. In politics, there's something called permutations. That is behind the scenes. And then the branding effect is executed to suit that permutations. The permutations you people gave us was JB Dankwa, whatever, don't go tradition.
No, it's not whatever.
And
Let me explain it to you.
And
the RPP is not a party that came up because somebody
you had your time. You had your time. You had your time.
Don't worry.
And then the remnant of the Dongo tradition is Bawumia. And for the first time, LPP is moving away from its traditional Akan orientation, and now, as you mentioned, it embraces diversity. The NPP did not lose the elections because of competence. They did not lose the election because of economic management, prudent economic management. They did not lose the election because they were fighting against corruption. In fact, they lost the election because they were incompetent, they were corrupt. There was economic mismanagement, which they said Bawumia was the best person to help us solve the challenges in the economy. Bawumia failed Poto. Musa Dankwa's post after the 2024 elections, when they were doing the who is to blame for the losses NPP suffered, Akufo-Addo took 68%, Bawumia took 37%. The person they want to bring back as flag bearer. I don't care who you choose as your flag bearer anyway. I already have my own candidate.
It's not even a question for you.
The conversation we are having is Bawumia a beneficiary of tribal politics? The answer is an emphatic and a big yes. If today you have seen the Holy Grail and you've seen that agenda did not help you win the election and you have to move away from it, don't go and tell Brother Chapo to come and apologize to you for stating the obvious. You should rebrand yourselves.
Are you done now?
And hope
first
that the voters, the delegates, will consider you.
A lot of assertions that do not hold
that
any
is
water.
going on currently in the NPP's campaign for Agenda 2028, whatever, is targeted at facilitating the grounds for Bawumia.
I think at this point, Gabriela has turned into a soothsayer on all matters MPP, speaking categorically without any of the evidence. Knowing what our campaign message was, knowing that things are skewed.
Elections before the whole national elections. Why is that so? Because the national executives know that if they don't support Bawumia to win, all of them are going to face tsunami in the next Congress, because their grassroots, after the 38%, have rendered all the leadership.
41%, don't do that.
So I don't know who has made Gabriela the chief soothsayer on all matters MPP.
They lost. Not the last elections. NDC gained, appreciated by about 1.9%.
Yes.
The NPP dropped over 36%. You know that?
Yes.
That 36% drop is what the NPP leadership know, that if they don't support Bawumia's candidature, so he can come and support them up there. Okay. They are all finished. So in fact, Bawumia himself, the national executives, all of them currently ask for an endangered species. So they are doing everything possible to make sure that Bawumia survives it. But as for Brian and Ken and all those other people who are in the race for the LPP flag bearership, We wish them all the best.
Okay.
And may the best man win.
I find Gabriella's take this morning completely laughable. In fact, I'm shocked at the amount of things she's saying with so much confidence. About 90 to 80% of them wholly untrue.
Yeah.
Number one, we did not run a tribal and religious campaign around Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is absolutely false and frivolous. So don't even go there.
But you did
the branding on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not even like that. So you cannot say he is a beneficiary. Every politician in this country is a beneficiary of some ethnic, somewhere you come from. Your vice president, did you not go around the whole world making so much noise that she's from the central region, your region? So why are you being almost hypocritical? Yes, you're being almost hypocritical on this matter. That is not the crux of why we brought Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. On the matter of the Boko conflict, it is your MPs who are now running away from their homes. They cannot go there now because of the dirty politics they did. And you are looking at my face at this matter. They can't go home. Their houses are being burnt. Have you seen that they burnt Bawumia's house in the north? It is because you are the culprits. And it is laughable that this matter is even brought up again for us to discuss because of something that came out from our own people. And that is why we are having the election early, not to skew anything for anybody. It is because we sat down to see that all the acrimony and the way we just naturally are as members of the MPP, our internal contest gets quite heated. And so how do you mitigate and prevent that thing from blowing over in such a way that we dirty ourselves so much that 2028 becomes a problem? Let's vote early. That one to Metikwapai. What's the issue with that? On the matter of Dr. Bawumia's economic competence, it is something you, Gabriella, you cannot even sit here and run away from it. We all just need to look at the trajectory of this country from 2017 to before the crisis hit. Inflation was at a single digit. The growth that we inherited from you people, that was almost 2% something, it was abysmal, had grown to about 7%. And that was all what I wasn't interrupting you, so please let me land. That brought it to about that. Then the crisis hit. And what does a true leader, a visionary leader, and somebody that thinks deep, what does he do when there's a problem? You sit down and you innovate to find solutions to these problems. Recently, we're all sitting here when one of the governors of the Bank of Ghana has come out to explain what is aiding the recovery of this country. What did he name these things as? Domestic gold purchase program. That's why people went to sit around and come up with this gold board that is going to let you down. It's going to be one of the reasons why you lose the mining areas. Let me prophesy that today. Domestic gold purchase program is one of the things that he brought up, and that was solely powered by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
You mean your gold for oil?
It's not gold for oil.
See,
Gabriella, please let me.
No,
let me explain.
It was gold for oil.
No, it's not gold for oil.
Moro,
can you please tell her to stop?
Let me do same to her.
You are just displaying your. I don't want to use your lack of understanding on this matter.
Please go ahead.
Domestic gold purchase program and gold for oil are two separate things.
Don't be distracted. You were talking about.
Oh yeah, I was talking about that. There are two separate things. There's domestic gold purchase program. There's gold for oil, and there are other things that we did. They are not the same thing. They always try to lump them together to create some confusion. But what you cannot take away from is that the technocrats in this country have gone out to publicly say what is helping with the stability of our economy, the stability of the city, and keeping inflation at bay is the domestic gold purchase program, gold for oil, and the Ghana gold coin. And this whole idea to back our economy with commodities, in this case gold, which was the idea of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia after we had a problem. So I don't know how you can sit here and make those assertions as to what you are saying.
How much gold did you procure?
Why am I going to answer your questions? But I'm going to tell you that let me tell you, when we came into this country, since independence till the time Dr. Bawumia decided we should buy our gold, we had 8 tons of gold, Gabrielle. I think you should read more about this thing. You might actually be impressed with the man. Let me land. Now, when we were leaving, there was about 30 tons. I'm sure that's simple math you should be able to do.
And today's how much?
No. How much? Let's check. You haven't even added up to 5 tons. Doubled it where? Moro, please fact check here on this. You've doubled the number of the tonnage of gold we have as reserve. Gabriella, hey! Yes! And then this is speaking notes in Trump.
I am being fact-checked on my time, so I'll take a short break.
Yes, it is absolutely untrue. You haven't done anything. And so for you to go on this unnecessary tangent this morning.
Take a breather, yes. And I know you're very feisty when it comes to putting your issues across. Please, you're watching Comedy Guide.
For a mama kwaba eba children's palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enye. Yonkwala ntade money mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby coat. In fact, bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase.
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059-6377-172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Wabedum time aso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozig. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready? Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral? At your phone for Arrowfield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all. No mum share nanda daya was mosquito call esudu womunumu. Na say spray with them musa. Try sima edronum ansana ko dynamo. And kratoi FDA ajatum.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy mouthful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is a hobby, a man swing, and a sansu mama hotel so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here. Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend?
Good morning, Ghana on Metro Television, and again, I need to remind you that the show is live on 94.1. I'm sitting in for your regular Monday host. I'm talking about Annie Efua Ampofo. She is on an international assignment. Hopefully, God willing, sometime this week she'll be back, and then she'll be taking back a seat sometime, that's next week, Monday, inshallah. Dr. Ekia Amwa is here. Sorry, she's a dentist, a paramedical practitioner, and also Gabriela Tete. She is the NDC Central Regional Communications Officer. So I guess that, Doc, there's something you want to say briefly in just a few minutes because we have other things we want to talk about.
Yeah, we can quickly move on. I just wanted to correct Gabriela on the reserves that we have.
Okay, there's something you also want to put out.
December 2023, she mentioned pre-2022 was 8.78. December 2023, they had 19.5.
Okay.
December 2024, they had 30.5. April 2025, 31.37. June 2025, 32.99. July 2025, 34.40. When you add it, NDC's contribution exceeds the NPP. Total so far has been 140.
Which math are you doing?
You're talking about the gold purchase program?
Yes. Since
it's
not
true.
It's 145.95 tons. This is ChatGPT.
And I'm telling you that it is wrong. This is from this is the Bank of Ghana. No, Gabriela.
So you're quoting from
Bank of Ghana.
Bank of Ghana data.
Yes, it's here.
You are.
And it's marked.
I'm telling you, it is right here. You have not added up to 5 tons of gold. It's been fact-checked independently by so many people. Then my last comment on that, since you are sitting here and you have the capability and ability to douse the competence of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he came into government about 6 years. There was a problem. He was able to come up with this idea that we should back our currency with gold. And now everybody, the whole world is seeing that this is great. Other countries are even copying it. You people have been in government for more than 20 years.
The British have been accumulating our gold forever.
So why didn't you think about it?
The French have been
Let me land, please.
Because we prefer to sell it than to actually nationalize it.
So why is it that for all the years that you've been in government, all the years that you've been in government, it did not occur to you? So it just means that you are grossly incompetent.
It occurred to Muhammad to
nationalize it. How did Muhammad nationalize it? The domestic gold purchase program has existed since 2022. What are you talking about? Since you came, you haven't even been able to add 5 tons to the reserve. You are sitting here just saying anything. Because you want to cheat the gold miners. They tell me to tell you that the National Water Council, you've not added even 5 tons to what we left you. I'm very sure you will leave government and it will be the same 32 you inherited that will be there.
We don't expect your praises, so don't worry.
That's the same way we also don't expect your praises.
So let's now take a bus. Let's take a bus to the Eastern region and more specifically to Akwetia, because we have to find an MP for Akwetia. Akwetia doesn't have an MP post the demise of the unfortunate demise of Ernest Kumi. So a lot is happening as far as Akwetia is concerned. I want us to bring our viewers up to speed on what's happening there. So there's actually news just in, even before I look at some of the issues that have come up now. News just in is that okay, I need to look at this briefly or quickly. Let me see. All right, so police arrest 10 suspects and retrieve 9 weapons ahead of Akwetia by-election.
Interesting.
We're told the Eastern South Regional Police Command has arrested 10 suspects and retrieved 9 weapons in separate operations at Akwetia as part of the ongoing security operations ahead of the by-election in the Eastern Regional town. Now, the weapons include 8 pump-action guns and 1 locally manufactured single barrel gun. Now, these seizures form part of intensified efforts to prevent the unlawful possession and use of weapons during the electoral process. On 22nd August 2025, near St. Dominic Hospital in Akwetia, police intercepted a vehicle driven by suspect Bernard Kumi Ofusu, and the search led to the discovery of 1 Topa double-barrel pump-action gun, 4 AA live cartridges, and 2 FTB blank cartridges. The suspect admitted ownership of the firearm and produced a valid license. He is currently in custody assisting investigations with the exhibits retained for verification. In a separate operation at the Akwetia Y Junction snap check, police arrested suspect Joshua Amenoku after retrieving 15 live BB cartridges from him. A subsequent search at his residence uncovered 1 Adler Topa pump-action gun and 5 additional live BB cartridges. Later that evening, police intercepted a Toyota Hilux pickup at the Buedu Livingstone snap checkpoint and arrested suspect in Okasidu and Lu Yunwang, a Chinese national, after 4 live BB cartridges were retrieved from the vehicle. Preliminary interrogation revealed that the ammunition allegedly belonged to the employer, Juan Mohammed, identified as the owner of the vehicle. Efforts are underway to trace and arrest suspect Mohammed for interrogation, while the 2 suspects remain in custody assisting investigations. On 23rd August 2025, police officers on duty at the Buedua Livingston Junction snap checkpoint again arrested suspect Peterson Joseph after retrieving 1 Adler Topa pump action gun and 46 AAA and BB cartridges from this vehicle. The suspect admitted ownership of the firearm. On 23rd August 2025, officers on snap check duty at Staff Village, Buedua, intercepted a Toyota Tundra pickup with registration number WR533513 from the Samankasi direction towards Buedua. A search conducted in the Tundra pickup revealed 3 pump action guns, including Pardos pump action gun, 1 Hauglu Atro pump action, and 1 other pump action gun. Now, suspect Stephen Nkansa claimed ownership of the 2 of the pump action guns and stated that the 3rd pump action gun belongs to the chief. Meanwhile, suspect Stephen Nkansa has been arrested and detained for investigation. The Eastern South Regional Police Command assures the public and all stakeholders that these operations will be intensified as part of efforts to ensure security, law and order before, during and after the Akwetia by-election. Now, let me do this. No, so Adams Bona has also issued a statement in relation to the Akwetia by-election. It's a very, very worrying one as well. I want to read that before we kickstart our conversation on the by-election. Now, okay, so these are the items or the ammunitions that have been seized from the persons that we are talking about. We'll also show you pictures of some of the suspects so that you know who and who. Yes, of course, for ethical reasons, some of their faces have been blurred. But yes, indeed, these are evidence of what has been done so far by the Ghana Police Service. Now, the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, that's NACSA, also has a statement on Akwetia. And it says, no-go area for any form of weapon. Akwetia by elections, the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, NACSA, wishes to caution all political actors, party leaders, supporters, and the general public ahead of the forthcoming Akwetia constituency by-election to refrain from any action that may incite or promote violence, especially the display and use of lethal or non-lethal weapons, including firearms, improvised weapons, tasers, pepper spray, knives, machetes, or any instrument capable of causing harm. Now, Ghana's democracy has come a long way and remains a beacon of peace and stability in the sub-region. However, politically motivated violence, which is often fueled by inflammatory rhetoric and the unlawful possession and use of firearms during electoral periods, has the potential to destroy this peace and stability. We take this opportunity to strongly remind all political stakeholders that such conduct not only violates Ghana's laws, but also undermines the very foundation of our democratic process. We urge politicians and party leaders to set a positive example by encouraging their supporters to express their political choices peacefully and lawfully. The use of arms or threat of violence must not be tolerated as a means of gaining political advantage. Anyone found with any form of weapon will be promptly arrested and prosecuted. Now, NACSA reiterates its commitment to supporting a peaceful electoral process and will continue to work in close collaboration with the Ghana Police Service, the Electoral Commission, National Security Council, civil society organizations, and other partners to monitor the by-election. We call on all stakeholders to prioritize peace, respect the rule of law, and ensure that Ghana remains a safe and secure nation before, during, and after the by-election. Now, I'll end with this, and then I would bring the two of you in. Now, the Daily Graphic today says, ahead of Akwetia by-election, police seize guns, ammunition, 5 suspect busters. So I've looked at that story. It's actually been captured here as well. And then there was this, there was a story on Akwetia that I wanted to read before I bring you in. I guess that it escaped. But yes, but it is what it is. We've seen the two major political parties. You've hit the ground campaigning. And in fact, there was a video we played earlier where we saw the Chief of Staff addressing some chiefs in Akwetia and talked about the fact that if they want development, then, you know, it will be a good idea for them to vote for the NDC candidate, because then they have, you know, it's just a call away if they need something, and so on and so forth. I think I've also seen your General Secretary, Justin Kodia, and I believe Nana B, and a number of...
even the youth organizer.
Yes. You've also hit the ground, and you're going around talking to the people and convincing them why they should vote MPP. But we have a present and clear danger. It appears that some persons are planning on fomenting trouble in Akwetia. How do we deal with this?
Sadly, it's the persons in power that are obviously planning on fomenting some disturbances. They seem hell-bent on disrupting the rule of law, but I hope that they would be satisfied enough with their gains to allow that election go through a very natural process. Like, let the will of the people of Akwetia be heard and let their votes count. I think it's as simple as that, and that has always been the position of the MPP. As a party, we are very prepared going into the Akwetia election. As you already mentioned, so many of our leaders have already been on the grounds. The candidates that was selected for Akwetia has also been doing a lot of work there, and so we expect that we would have a very positive result at the end of the by-election there. The only issue that we would expect, and we are definitely not going to be caught off guard with that, is with regards to security. I know the current regime of the police has given a lot of assurances, but I don't think anybody in our position would take those assurances for anything other than words, especially because of what we experienced recently in Ablekuma. But I mean, all of that has been taken into account, and as I said, we are very prepared for the Akwetia by-election. The only thing that I found very interesting about this whole Akwetia issue is when they say, with friends like these, who needs enemies, with regards to what's happening in the NDC's matter. And I wouldn't have gone here if Gabriela chopped her house matter. But I've also seen something very interesting that's going in there. Okay. So is it that the current candidate of the NDC in Akwetia, is it that when he was dragging the late Honorable Ernest Kumi up and down in court as the lawyer for the then candidate, he knew that it was a frivolous campaign that he was going on and that his candidate did not win, and he was just trying to frustrate Ernest Kumi, or what? Because now he has gone to unseat him as PC there. That's very interesting. It looks like in NDC it is politics above everything, including relationships and friendships. And again, the only thing that I was like, wow, like with friends like this, you really do not need any enemies. And I think that alone should go to his character to be a member of our parliament. And I'm hoping that the people of Akwetia will make a right decision when it comes to that, because I don't see how we can trust somebody that has exhibited such public betrayal with the will of the people of Akwetia. And I'm very sure that the people would make the right choice there.
Okay. Gabriela?
No, unfortunately, I'm not sure any of us here should say that. So we can't read people's destinies on why somebody drags somebody to court so that he can come and contest as a parliamentary candidate. All we know is that the person saw an opportunity and saw that, after all the few times that he's been to court, he too is popular. So if he goes and contests, he can win, and he's won. So he's our candidate. So congratulations to Bernard Bediakubedu as the NDC candidate for Akwetia. But you know, the last time the vote margin was just about 2,063 difference. Right. And a lot of the times when it comes to by-elections, government incumbency plays an advantage. Right. So we know for a fact that we are taking these seats at the elections. But since we're discussing a security matter, the emphasis should be on security preparedness towards this election. And I have to commend Ghana Police Service and the Honorable Muntake's task force that he's leading ahead of this campaign. You know, a lot of the things that happened in the Ablekuma North by-election were things that I think, I would say things were left to chance. Right. But I think that there were a few slippages that made some of the things that happened in Ablekuma North okay. And so learning from those lessons, the Ghana Police Service has now upped their tactics a bit. I saw the simulation exercise they did on ballot snatching. And Akwetia is notorious for ballot box snatching. So I found it interesting that would be one of their first scenarios to play out. Did you ever see that video? Did you see the simulation exercise? Yeah. You see how they kept pointing guns at people because I mean, if somebody had me to go steal a ballot box and I had like 3 guns in my faces like that, master, I'll leave the box and run away.
I want to be an attempt.
But I think that the message, if those who have listened, maybe we should look for Ghana Police TikTok page and see if it's on, so you can see for yourself the kind of preparation that Ghana Police has laid out ahead of this by-election. They're leaving nothing to chance. I know other security agencies are also out doing some scanning on intelligence that they've gathered ahead of the elections. People who have imported people into other parts of the region and stuff. So I think that for now, in terms of preparation, all the agencies involved appear to be executing some program or activity to streamline security and to make sure that we have a peaceful election and that the right candidate is declared at the end of the day. And I think at the end of the day, that is what we all want. Akwetia should be represented by a credible candidate. And Honorable PC, Lawyer Bedu, I think is a credible candidate and a good candidate to represent Akwetia. Since the time of Baba Jamal, then the Akwetia people haven't had very good representation. So it's important that this time round, they have the best representation who can advocate for them in Parliament and to be their voice in the legislature. So we're looking forward to...
So speaking about the simulation video, that's the exercise, that's the video we're showing.
Yes, and then according to the Ghana Police, in this particular election, they are deploying about 5,000 men from across the country. And this exercise, I think, if I heard correctly, they had about 600 men who were trained in tactical operations activities. So I don't think anybody should go to Akwetia to go and joke. They'll pick you up. Somebody will say, they ain't playing. They ain't playing.
They ain't joking.
How is this simulation going to protect us from the violent NDC tags that we saw at Ablekuma North?
But because to me, the problem... They're out taking guns out of... That's a first step. Is that also?
So that they will just stand there with the AK-47s on their chest and watch members of the MPP be brutalized. Isn't that what happened in Ablekuma North? It wasn't a problem of lack of police personnel. Would you agree to that?
I said there were slippages.
Have you seen the terrible video of the serious beating that was meted out to Chris Lloyd? There was like a wall. It's what I would like to call it. There was like a wall of police officers standing there, and they watched on as the young man was brutalized by your violent thugs.
Chris himself walked into it.
How did you really, Gabriela? If the next time you are beaten, this will be my response to you.
When you see that people have got it, don't shut down, go and stop problems. And
are you listening to the posture and the commentary coming out of the NDC? You know that power is not eternal, right?
Not at all.
And things will change. But as a political party, we will never decide to intentionally unleash violence on you. But we cannot say that there will not be rogue elements that will beat you. And at that point, I'll tell you the same thing. That's what did you go and do
that particular...
Again, I don't...
Even he abandoned one of his boys.
I don't think you should create that kind of atmosphere or environment in our politics. We know you guys are very good at that. That is what you are very good at from the time of the 70s. All you knew how to do was to accuse people of corruption, pick guns, kill those you want, and then take power. But now we are in 2025. Those things do not work. We brought the people of Ghana into a point where I'm not going to withdraw it. I'm not going to withdraw. If you are so embarrassed about your own past. Please, we are not governed by guns. You are so embarrassed by your own history. It should tell you a lot. That is where you are coming from. That's why you think it is okay that a young man should be beaten just because he belongs to the opposition political party.
Don't deliberately go and stoke.
How did he stoke? I don't know if you can play that video for us. You see, oh my God. These people from the end, they never cease to amaze me. Gabriella, even if it's 30 years you are in government, you will leave.
So let me
and these same words.
Let me read a few messages. Let me read a few messages. And you know, our viewers are part of the show, so let's bring them in small. They also have an opinion to express. So Ali Horeya, who is a Greater Accra Regional Zongo Caucus coordinator, says, "Good morning, my brother. This election is about you. Either vote for a person who will be complaining, or you vote for a person who will bring you development." Ismaila Horeya Ali sends that message. And then this one says, "Good morning. My name is Eben from Kwabenya. People of Pecha constituency, let your votes be based on issues that will bring development, not lies. The impotent elephant incapacitated to think of your welfare. So don't waste the vote. Be part of the history-making and the resetting agenda for the country. Choose wisely. Greetings, Honorable MC Agbo of Ga East, TDC Boss Courage, Makafui Nunekweku, and Mr. Akwesi Mensah of PSC Tema Shipyard." And this one here, Council Sadat, I've seen your message, but I am unshaken. It says that the two of you are so beautiful that you have numbed me. You know, Sadat, don't do that. You know, you're my friend. I'm okay. They are my dear sisters. So we're good. We're good. And then this one, Master Planner Junior from Kintampo. He says that, "Good morning, Moro and Dr. President and Doc. President Mahama lost the 2016 elections portal, but the NDC promoted the then General Secretary State Cater to chairmanship position. They brought back President Mahama and won 2024 elections. Gabriella is clearly speaking based on emotions, no data and no facts. We're bringing back Dr. Master what's the name? Your friend, Master Planner Junior. He says, we're bringing back Dr. Bawumia once again, and this time for victory. GBC, give me Bawumia and give Bawumia another chance. Charlie, is that a new hey, GBC. You see, that's what puts you let me know in time. But that's what puts this their whole you lost them, so you shouldn't contest. So Master Planner Junior.
President Mahama after 1 million votes.
Let me finish the message. So it says Master Planner Junior, policy analyst Kintampo. And it says fact check on what Gabriella last comment on our gold reserve, Master Planner Junior. So she's also sent me the Bank of Ghana data. I don't want us to stretch it because it would.
But just correct her so that she stops saying.
So Musa Abatwa in Asawasi says, "More, I totally agree with Honorable Gabriella Tete. Sadly, the NPP internal affairs has degenerated into tribal politics. We warned Dr. Bawumia when he started religious politics against GM in 2024 elections. Now it has come to bite him. The truth is, the problem of the NPP can be solved in very simple ways. Leadership must rise above petty divisions and stop aligning themselves with one camp against another. We in NDC wish them well, and we encourage Ghanaians to continue embracing reset agenda." And this one here from just a second. Yes. So this one is from Charles Opoku. He says that Charles Opoku from Cantonment. "Please, Dr. Bawumia is the only politician who always starts the politics of religion and rival bigotry. Prior to the 2016 elections, Bawumia told Ghanaians that anytime a president is sworn into office with the Bible, his vice president must be sworn in by the Quran. He also told Ghanaians after Akufo and Akufo-Addo, it's time for Dombos. These are dangerous statements." Okay, that's Charles Opoku from Cantonment. I believe that yes. So I guess we should end it. We should end it and move on.
Prior to the 2024 elections,
yes.
Dr. Bawumia was calling for a debate.
Yes.
And so people are saying that since he's going for elections again, the NPP should grant us a debate of their flag bearer candidate, so that all of us, since we are doing this in the interest of all Ghanaians, we can weigh Baumia in his debates,
Okay.
if that's the person you still want to bring, against all the others.
Okay.
And I think it's a fantastic
We should listen
idea.
to the people that were running away from the debate. I mean, Gabriela,
I didn't say NDC
you've
people said
lost
it.
the moral
I
right
didn't say NDC
to be
people said
talking
it.
about
I said
debate.
people are saying, Ghanaians are saying, the word on your
please.
street is that you wanted debate, you didn't get debate.
The
So
truth
now
is,
you give us debate ahead of this election.
No.
Baumia, Brian, Kedebeja Pop, would you be happy to see
Whatever the party decides to do
debate?
will be fine, but we will not take any advice from Gabriela. We won't take any advice from you. Leave, and then you know what she's forgetting is that in your own house there will be fire on the mountain soon. So very soon it will be me here laughing. I would actually try really hard to stay out of your matter.
Anything like yours.
I will stay out. I saw a video of your general secretary throwing shots into the Jubilee House. I wish we could also play it here. So you know you are not on very comfortable ground. I don't want to go into it, but if I tell you what was said on that video,
so let's do this briefly. We have just what 10 minutes. Let's do this briefly. So you know the Rage Hospital saga, the Rage incident. There's an update. So the nurse in the middle of the storm, of course, was two of them there. So it's the nurse and Ralph Williams, Ramsey Williams. The nurse has taken an action. And Jibril Abdulrazak says a rotation nurse at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, popularly known as Rage Hospital, has filed a 7 million cedis lawsuit against self-acclaimed activist Ralph St. Williams, known on social media as Ralph the Fellow Ghanaian, for battery resulting in bodily injury and defamation. The plaintiff, Rejoice Chocho Bote, in a writ issued by her lawyer, Charles Delali Blagoji of Blagoji, Black Sword and Co., is seeking, among others, an apology from the defendant and a 50-meter radius restraining order against him as a result of the incident that was widely condemned by many. Ralph allegedly assaulted the rotation nurse at the emergency ward of the hospital on August 18, 2025, where he had taken a car accident victim. Now, a viral video captured him accusing the nurse on duty of neglecting patients and also accused them of lacking a sense of urgency. The video generated public condemnation while the minority in parliament and some individuals called for his arrest and prosecution for what they described as reckless behavior. But also today, the health minister will be taking custody of or will be receiving the report of the 5-member committee that was set up to look into the unfortunate incident. So, Gabriela, I guess that this is the first time we're going to comment on this on Good Morning Ghana. What do you it's just 5 minutes. What do you make of it? And the fact that she's suing Ralph St. Williams and so on and so forth. And remember that Ralph is also saying that he is waiting for any evidence that suggests that he actually physically assaulted her. He's waiting for that because as far as he's concerned, he didn't do it. So I don't know how she's going to prove this in court if indeed what Ralph is saying is true.
Well, interesting outcome for the two of them. At the end of the day, it's government that my interest ought to be in.
Okay.
And I wish Ralph well. He's a very active activist, in quotes. Sometimes I wish that he would tone down a bit, but well, that's the style. Anyway, so for me, the issue is the document that goes to the Minister for Health.
Yeah.
Because I think that it will put to bed a lot of the he said, she said stuff.
Yeah.
And then focus on what exactly can we do to improve ER services when people come into the ER. Because from what I've heard, not just with this incident, I've seen a couple of write-ups from different quarters about people who talk about how sometimes riders in particular, and there's a lot of emphasis on riders, where one gets an injury and is sent to a facility. And because they usually go in groups, the kind of hostility that they emit to, what do you call it, emergency personnel.
Right.
Sometimes I think those things have to be sorted out and addressed so that you don't put health providers, caregivers in harm's way. Everybody understands the stress of their job already. Then on the issue of what actually happened on that day, I think that it's not something that should be repeated. You know, I understand medical negligence exists. And unfortunately for us as a country, medical negligence costs government of Ghana debts in judgment. And so the liability, government always has to take liability for people's actions. And so that is where the focus of government is, on how to curb those liabilities, because some people probably did not treat a patient well or mishandled a patient. We want the focus of this administration is a reset and to give Ghanaians better quality health services. And so it's the right direction that this document will come up with solutions on how to address those issues and to fix the medical negligence so it doesn't occur, and to cut the liabilities on government. But he and the she issues, I want to shelve that between the two of them. If she believes that she was injured, I think the court is there. You just have to go and prove your medical reports and video evidence and all those things. But what's important is that medical personnel are protected at their jobs, and how they also handle emergencies that come to their attention. That for me should be the focus of this.
Doc, just 3 minutes.
I think all Ghanaians are beginning to get tired of this supposed activist. That's where I want to start it from.
You're tired of Ralph?
Yes. I mean,
He's passionate about Ghana. He says he wants the system to be fixed.
The same person that said if we want him to continue fighting Galamsey, we should bring him money. Or you haven't seen that video?
Yes, I've seen that video.
So how is he fighting? Again, you see, it's all these tricks people want to play on people's brains. It was the NDC that used this gentleman to foment so much trouble in the name of fighting Galamsey. He was the one that blocked the 37 road and said that, excuse my language, this is something I will never say, but is it not the same person? So what we are seeing is a pattern of behavior that has to be checked.
I spoke to him when the incident happened. I asked him whether he's an NDC activist. He said no.
Do you expect him to admit it?
Yeah,
well, he said no.
Do you expect him to admit it? I said he was used by them to foment, to go about all that Galamsey matter. Whatever he wants to say, that's his business, and that's up to them. But you can see the pattern of behavior and how it is worrying and how it's getting out of hand. Ralph is still walking barely, even if you didn't physically assault or whatever. I don't know what happened there, but you created such a hostile environment for them in that hospital. People have probably been on like a 12-hour shift, doing everything they can under terrible conditions with very little remuneration to save lives. And then this is how you want to go there, lord yourselves all over them like you just dropped out of heaven. I mean, it's something that must be condemned. But on the other side, the police are very quick to arrest people for just writing things on Facebook. But you cannot arrest somebody that was creating a very hostile environment and was threatening people on live. That doesn't matter.
But I'm not sure the lady has reported the incident to the police.
The association of the nurses.
The police was there.
Yes, the police was there. It's not the day that was assaulted. You see, that's again another. The NDC seems to have taken this matter on their chest and defaming. What the day is not the one that was arrested. That was assaulted. I've seen the picture that you people have been sharing around of a supposed Dede who was assaulted. It's not even. She's not the one. The person I read the name. I think. I don't know if you can help me with that, with the name of the person, but the name that I remember on the lawsuit is not a Dede. But that's just how they've tried to politicize this issue. They went after the PRO of the registered nurses. How can you come and what I'm saying is that
Chocho Bote.
Yes, the name is not Dede. So what is
the local name?
The role of an association is to protect its members. So the Nurses and Midwives Association, their only role is to protect the interest of the members of the association. So if in the line of his undertaking his duties, why are you attacking him instead of dealing with the matter? The Ralph that went there to behave as though his father builds the hospital, you haven't done anything to him. Nobody has called him to order. In fact, he was greeted with a beautiful hug from the health minister. And again, after State Funds was wasted to have a press conference to explain.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest